I've been working in YouTube officially, that is from channel creation date, since May of 2006. That's a long time. Here's one of my takeaways. In all those years that have passed, and all the videos that I've made, and all the work I've done here in TMP, I'm really glad that I am opinionated as a reviewer. I started off that way, I didn't apologize for it, and I've been consistent in that regard. I'm opinionated. There's things I like and things I don't like. But that's what makes a review interesting. I just said that in a watch review. It was for a Momentum Deep 6 dive watch that I did not like. And I said that. I was like, I've been watching other watch reviewers, and dude, there's a lot of milquetoast reviews out there where they're really not expressing strong opinions, if any opinions, and that's boring. I hate watching videos like that. I basically quit watching and I walk away. Yeah, I don't do that. I think it's appropriate and good that you have a very strong opinion as a reviewer, and it's okay to disagree. That's totally normal, but the reviewer should give some logic, give some basis for his opinion, and that anchors the review. And that's what you're going to get here on the CMMG MkG Guard. I give you that intro because I'm going to start off with a little bit of controversy. You ready? I'm going to give a little course correction about pistol caliber carbines, because I've kind of waffled a little bit between, hey, are they awesome? Are they not awesome? In fact, a number of years ago, I came out with a philosophy video on it. It's called Why PCCs Don't Suck After All. I'll put a card on this video. Go watch it if you haven't already. It covers a lot of aspects on the philosophy of use on pistol caliber carbines, usually 9mm. I think I may mention 10mm in there as well. But here's where I'm going to focus right now as we launch into a discussion of a pretty excellent, by the way, PCC, the MkG Guard. I'm not going to reach for one when things go serious. There's your opinion. I ain't. There is no way I'm going to run a pistol caliber if I don't have to. Again, go to the video and we talk about a lot of discussions where they are appropriate. Maybe as an entry team member, as a SWAT team guy, over penetration concerns. Yes, a pistol caliber is appropriate, whether you're talking 9mm, 40, maybe 10mm with certain loads. That's just me though, where I'm at now. And this comes from testing this gun again, where we're doing long shots, and I'm hearing the 9mm strike the steel so softly at range. And I was using Federal 124s out of this, and thanks to Federal Premium, by the way, for comping some boxes, not cases, some boxes of ammunition. This in conjunction with Gunny's, a great American gun store, who loaned me this gun on review, for review. Thank you, Gunny's. So talk to Gunny's. There's a little bit of information below in the description. Call them, drop them an email, say, hey, thanks for supporting TMP. Go in and buy some stuff from them. And their prices are awesome. They've been that way forever. I wouldn't be in association with them if they were not awesome. I mean, seriously, their prices on Western boots are insane. Western shirts, buckles. They're also Gunny's Western wear. You guys know this, right? They are. But Gunny's, in conjunction with Federal Premium, did help to provide some of the ammo. And some of that ammo, getting back to my point, was 124 grain FMJ. It shoots pretty good, pretty hot. 8.5 inch barrel in this version. But when you hear it hit so softly, it's a revelation that it really is a short range weapon. A PCC is. It's basically, in my estimation, 0 to 25 meters. That's where I'm at. I mean, now, for sure, it's a car gun. I'm going to show you another one that's in a case here, super compact. You've seen and heard about it a lot. And there are some really cool things about it. And again, in my philosophy video, we talk about recreational, saving money, training with that caliber, even though it's an AR-15 style format. All that's covered in the video, and I'm still all for it. But what I'm saying is when things go south, I know that I need some sort of lethal protection, and SAWC permits it. I'm taking a rifle caliber. Probably if I have to get it within this format, something short, it's going to be a folding stock AK. 30 cal projectile, 30 rounds, hits hard, goes through metal, glass, light obstacles. That's what I'm taking. There's your opinion right there. That's going to form the foundation. And I'm doing that because we haven't really visited it like that for years, really. I mean, I did that video a long time, and then I just kind of, I'll mention that video, and then I just go on with the, as we'll do here, features, how did it shoot, and would I buy it. But I'm going to say that. That's the way I feel. No apologies. I mean, that's just me. If you choose a 9mm pistol caliber carbine as your go-to war gun, I say more power to you. Rock on. And again, in the video, in the philosophy video, there might be some reasons as to why an individual would do that. Maybe recoil is an issue, weight of the gun's an issue, what they can manage. Maybe this is the best they can manage. I get all that, but that's just me. That being said, if you are in a market for a manufacturer-built PCC, you cannot go wrong with the CMMG MkG Guard. It is outstanding from what I know about it. I'm very excited to bring it to tabletop because I have basically not too much negative to say about it. How refreshing is that? It's refreshing because there's a lot of things I brought to the table over the years, and dude, again, with the opinions, right? I say, hey, this is good, this isn't good. I know that I'm completely independent, but fiercely independent, and those opinions of mine over the years chase a lot of people away. They don't like it. They want you to give a middle-of-the-road review or only positive review, and there are a lot of gun channels that do that. That they will say only positive things, or if they say anything negative, it's going to be very carefully delivered and packaged so as not to offend people, because they don't want to chase people off. They want views, they want subs. Me, I just kind of let the truth fly. If guys like it, awesome. I don't go out, you know, whore myself out in forums or do any of this. I don't. It's the product is what it is. It's truthful, it's honest, and hopefully fun and entertaining, and hopeful to save you money for your systems. LE, military, civilian sheepdogs. There, I said it. You can't go wrong with this gun though. MkG Guard. Now CMMG has made for years the MK9. I didn't shoot that specific gun, but it's an AR format, 9mm. I think it takes Colt 9mm mags. I think it's a good gun. I think this one's better. It is. And now anytime I do an AR pattern PCC, generally I'll see in comments a lot guys say, well, I just build my own. And I totally get that. I think it's a great way to go. You can get exactly what you want, the handguard, the barrel. I think you can save a lot of money doing it that way as well. I have heard a lot of problems with guys putting PCCs together that they don't run. This one has an innovative radial delayed blowback bolt carrier group in it, which is different. So it's not blowback. So it's got some advantages, and I'm not so sure you could actually replicate this with off-the-shelf components because, again, CMMG has done something different, something innovative to bring some improved shooting characteristics to the type. I'm all for that. Are they going to come out with it in 10mm? That seems to be the big push, by the way, is that I'll do a PCC review, and I haven't really done that much. On top, by the way, is American Tactical Sport Carbine and 9mm, a competitive option, and it is pretty much outstanding. I gave this a rave review as well. 100% reliable if memory serves. I think it does. Really a good gun. Good competitive option, actually, and a cool tabletop decoration. But 10mm is one of my all-time favorite pistol calibers. Yes, it approaches and actually beats some rifle calibers. I don't have all the ballistics right in front of me. I can't tell you exactly, but it does. And out of a longer barrel, it's a serious round. Has a lot of foot-pounds of energy. I've talked about that, like in my Glock 29, Glock 20 reviews. I'm a big fan, but it also pretty much destroys the economy of shooting the gun. One of the things I said again in the philosophy video is that shoot 9mm is cheap, even if you buy it. So it's a great way to train, practice, recreate, whatever. But as soon as you go to a 10mm, unless you're loading, and which a lot of guys do, but a lot aren't, it's expensive. You'll probably shoot it less. In my book, again, if I'm just doing recreational and training, I'll shoot a 5.56, dude. Yeah. Anyways, I could spend the whole video again rehashing stuff I've gone over, but suffice it to say, I don't know, and maybe they came out with it and I missed it. I missed some stuff sometimes. Sorry, the 10mm version, but no doubt someone in comment will go, well, I'd buy it if it was in 10mm. If I were to get one, let's say it is out in 10mm. I'm talking MkG Guard. Between a 9mm and a 10mm, you might be surprised for me to say I would buy it in 9mm. Actually, maybe you aren't surprised because I just told you why. economy. And if I'm going to go to that larger of a cartridge, that expense, it's going to be more weight. Rifle caliber, dude. 5.56 or freaking 7.62 39. I can get 7.62 39s in this form factor all day long. Go watch my Draco review. And that thing is like 1/3 the price of this. And it hits really hard. It's loud. Put a can on it or wear triple ear protection. Man, does that thing blow your eardrums out. The Draco. I sure love it though. That thing is insane. Reliable too. So, variations, not so sure. What's going to come out, don't know. Are there going to be different, longer barrel versions? Probably. Go to their website, CMMG, you'll see it all. If I go there and I show some rolling footage, maybe I'll insert it somewhere in this video just to kind of show you. Now, let's go over features. How did it shoot? Would I buy it? With that philosophy out of the way. We're 11 minutes into it already. Awesome. Now, this is technically a braced pistol. So, it's not an SBR. And you guys have kept up with what's going on with that whole ridiculous affair. So, I'm not even going to go into it. Okay, and you'll see how we shot it. Awesome. It's technically a CAC Shockwave arm brace. This is. So it doesn't have any padding. It's hard polymer. It's non-removable. It's fixed. And I really didn't mind it. I'm surprised I'm saying that. Didn't really mind it. Now, is it ideal, like compared to this one on the Sport Carbine? No, this is a lot more comfortable. It doesn't slip around. But this is a carbine format. And I'm calling this a PCC. Really, it's, I think you guys get this, it's really a pistol. So I'm just going to stick with the PCC because I think most of the guys will think of it that way. And it makes a lot more sense. I'm not going to invent another term just for this one. But technically it's a pistol. You guys know that. MOE hand grip on this, and I always love those. I have no problems at all. Dual sling plate. Totally excellent. Standard AR controls, last shot hold open just like an AR, forward assist just like an AR. There's your mag release right here. Single sided, but it's a big old button. It is a standard AR-15 style of trigger group. You can swap it out if you don't like it or gunsmith it. I'm not going to pull it because it's just standard mil spec. I'm saying mil spec just to give you an idea what it pulls. Takes Glock mags, which is outstanding. And here's one thing I've always criticized PCCs of the AR variety, and this one's the same. Even the Sport Carbine has this. Look at all the metal this one has right here, dudes. A lot. And the Tresna Jag 9 was even more. It had a ton. That was my big criticism on the Jag 9, is that it had just so much metal, which adds weight. This one, by the way, the watch for the review is a deep blue day-night Guardian. I finally remembered the name of it. Tritium. It is basically a Luminox type watch, but better because it's bigger and cooler. Enough said. Mini watch review. But this is better and more efficient because, well, it's tailored right from the get-go for the Glock mag. The mags, I'm jumping ahead to reliability. The mags we used were the factories. I used a Korean 33. It's this one right here. I used this one out in the field, and it was 100%. I'll tell you a mag it did not like is this ETS, the clear polymer. So the MkG Guard did not like it. We had issues with it, and so we just steered away from it. Is that a negative thing? Yeah, it is. I mean, I would like it to work with every Glock magazine of quality. And I think the ETS is a quality product. I've raved about them before. I've shot them in all types of other guns. Like the Sport Carbine, it works great. This is just a standard, I think, 17-rounder ETS. They're so cool. I mean, they're not metal feed lips, but I just love them. They're super light, and it's a cool option. And you can see all the rounds. I love ETS mags. Highly recommended. Standard fire control, safety on this. Charging handle standard. And I'm going to interject here. And this is going to be somewhat of a criticism for the CMMG product. This is an expensive gun, dudes. And I think for the price that they're charging on this is above $1,000 if I'm remembering. I don't have Gunny's packaging handy with me right now. I think you should get more. I think you should get an upgraded trigger. I think you should get a charging handle, Tomahawk or BCM gunfighter variety, something more. I'm a little disappointed on that because I don't know where they get their pricing structure for these guns, but they're up there. They are. The handguard is perfect. It's key mod. Got no problems with that. Some guys get super excited between key mod and M-Lock. I don't. Just go with whatever makes you happiest. Just no big deal. And that's it, dude. Picatinny rail on the top. Super short overall length. I think it's just 25 inches overall length. No extending stock. You don't even have to worry about it. You just pull it out and go. It would fit in a wide variety of concealed style cases, which is good. I think that's a big attraction for guys going with a PCC. Getting back to what I said, hey, I'm not going to choose a PCC for go to war. No doubt guys will say or respond, and I get this, and I'm in agreement with it. They go, well, I agree with you, but I don't know it's coming. And so if I don't know it's coming, the form factor of something like the MkG Guard is so small and portable, I will take it. That is a gun that I will have on my person, and it beats just having a pistol. TP9SF, for instance. I agree with that. That's good logic. I don't fault you at all. The one thing I would interject again is that for just a little bit more weight, you could upgrade to a rifle caliber. And I'm talking a little bit. I mean, this one's really light. It's 5 pounds 7 ounces, and that's not with the Holosun 403C on it. This one is a 503C I have on the Sport Carbine. Both amazing optics. Use my Amazon link below. It's still like my favorite reflex optic. I use them on everything, and they've never failed us here in TMP. It's shooting in the snow, 110 degrees in the desert, dropping them. I haven't had any failures on the Holosuns. They've been great. The primary arms are also excellent, high value optic. I just don't go for a super expensive red dot like aim point or something anymore. I just don't do that. I'm talking the micro, for instance. I mean, that thing is so expensive. I do not understand why people pay that price when the Holosuns are so amazing. Or again, a primary arms. They're so amazing for the money. That's just me. I'm a value guy, though. That's what the whole project is based on. For instance, my watch reviews I do, $300 or less, which in the watch world is considered ultimately cheap. Ultimately. Well, look at this knife. Tenacious. Value knife. Yeah, blue, tenacious, value. Everything I have on the table is that way. TP9, value, combat-worthy pistol, Canic. Yeah, I say Canic. American pronunciation. No apologies. I don't know if this is a value pistol. This is a P365. Here comes a mini interjected opinion, too. I mean, there's been some controversy on the P365. They're like, oh, thing's a piece of crap. I would never trust my life to the P365. There is a groupthink huge in YouTube saying that. Maybe elsewhere. I don't agree with it. I think if there is a problem, SIG will fix it. The gun will be successful. Mark my words. Go back to my review in 5 years and see if this gun is selling. Cluebird, it will be. There's another opinion. Strong opinion. It ain't broke. It's a great design. Will it need some fine tuning? Most guns do. Most guns do. Almost every time when something comes out, new to market, new design, there's some bugs. They got to work them out. Gun will be hugely successful. P365. I'd buy one today. Wouldn't even hesitate at all. So features we covered. Just by way of contrast, I'll swing this by the camera. Again, this is a Sport Carbine. This is basically a traditional AR style of gun in 9mm. Blowback, though. Key mod again on this one. Talked about the receiver design. This one is billet, and I think this one is forged on CMMG. Don't quote me on that. Dual sling plate as well. Talked about this buttstock in that review. Go look it up. No, look at this though. We get an upgraded charging handle on this one. And I think it's less expensive than the CMMG by a wide margin. One thing I did not discuss, however, glad I remember, is the innovative bolt carrier group. I'm not going to take it apart because I'm just going to speed through the review. But if you were to look inside, it looks like an AR bolt carrier group, but the bolt is spring-loaded. The advantages, which I alluded to earlier in the review, are as follows. You're going to get less recoil. So when we have a blowback operated PCC, we need a heavier bolt carrier group that will delay the unlock, right? They're using a different method here in the MkG Guard, and I think it's smart. Speaking of a new design, I mean, I just mentioned how a new design sometimes will have some teething problems. Maybe this one does too. Maybe when it gets into the hands of some other shooters and has a lot more rounds to it, we find out that this design has some downsides. Who knows? There's no replacement for track record. It just takes time. It takes a lot of people buying it and using it.
Oh yeah, there they go.
From what I've seen and shooting it though, I don't foresee any problems with it. What do I know? What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber, dude. The bolt carrier group, I mentioned this, is lighter than that one, for sure. I'm not going to weigh them, though. But the radial delayed blowback slows the bolt via rotation. It also allows for bigger calibers, getting back to my 10mm reference. So this is a 9mm right now, but it's really set up for a bigger caliber, 10mm. So are they coming out with it? Yeah, probably. Probably. I mean, they kind of, you know, set the whole gun up for it. Chamfered locking lugs. Again, if we looked inside, we see that. Maybe I'll roll in a photo or two of what it looks like. Maybe I won't. But that's cool. I mean, that's different. It's a different approach. Very refreshing. It's not the same old rehashed blowback Colt 9mm formula that we've seen. Not that that's bad. It's not. The downside is they're approaching the weight of an AR-15. I said that in this review. So here we have 6 pounds 3 ounces for the Sport Carbine. And this is a TMP gun, by the way. I mean, we bought this. This is a cast member for running gunning. That's what this is for. And for tabletopping, just like here, it's worth buying. We spent some ad money, Patreon money on it. It's cool to show in comparison and contrast. By the way, if you're not a Patreon member, think about it. It's a cool community. It's like TMP circa 2009. I mean, I'm in the comments all the time in Patreon. It's a smaller community. Unfortunately, we only got like, I don't know, 0.5% of the subscribers supporting me in Patreon. We might do a little bit better than that. I mean, just $1 a month. I think you can afford it. But it's a fun community, and this was a by request review. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. So Patreon, dude, can you get a hold of the MkG, review it. Here you go, dude. Here you go, dude. I can wrap my mind around that smaller community better because I get so overwhelmed. Here, thousands of comments. I mean, I try, but I fall woefully behind, as always. If you're wondering what this is like an HO scale Thunderbird from the boys. Why is it on the table? I don't know. I'm in the place where the boys' toys were. There, I just threw it on the freaking table. Patches and stickers still at nutnfancycartel.com, by the way. Now we go to how did it shoot. The MkG Guard. I will say reliably, it was 100%. Very fun to shoot. Quick follow-up shots. Mrs. Nutnfancy helped me shoot it. She thought it recoiled a lot, but she's kind of a wussy, to be honest. She is. And it doesn't have a rubber butt pad. Told you that. Now, is there a lot of recoil difference between this and the Sport Carbine? I didn't really shoot them back to back. I wish I had, because we had some other guns running through the gauntlet at that day, so I didn't do it. My overall take from just memory is I don't remember being any softer shooting. That is, by the way, with 124 grains by Federal Premium, though. American Eagle 124 grains, which produce more recoil. Imagine that, 124. 100% fun to shoot. We loved it. Everybody that shot it loved it. Super cool. And everybody that shot it wanted to get it. They're like, oh, dude, this is so freaking cool. I think Sean, the TMPer, helped me test it, too, so he loved it. The one thing that was a little bit disconcerting is I wasn't able to get absolute accuracy out of it. This is at 50 yards. Again, it's with a red dot. The one you see mounted here, shooting blazer brass in this instance, and I don't think that accuracy is super awesome. It was windy. It is operational in the desert. Here's another one. Remington. I do shoot other loads besides Federal. Remington 115 grain JHPs. I mean, that's not horrible. That's okay, but I think this gun right here, the Sport Carbine, one reason I was super excited about it, even with a red dot, I think it was shooting like this. It was really tight. It was pretty tight. I'm going off memory. Maybe I'll roll in some footage of how the Sport Carbine shot. And then we got Fiocchi 115 jacket hollow points at 50 yards. Again, at 50, it's okay. Operational off a polymer table. Could I do better? My feeling is, yeah, probably. Definitely at 25 yards. And like I said at the outset, to me, just me, my mileage, it is a 0 to 25 meter, 25 yard gun. That's where I think this would live for me. It's a close quarter weapon. That's, I think most LE, most military would agree with that. They don't take a pistol caliber, whatever, a submachine gun, PCC out there and expect it to go out to 150 yards. I think some guys do. Accuracy, I will therefore designate as good, not excellent, good. 8.5 inch barrel, Standard A2 flash suppressor on it. I forgot to mention that. You could easily swap that out. That's just what I got. Reliably, it was awesome as long as I didn't use that magazine. And now we go to would I buy it.
Really?
Well, I mentioned earlier, it's expensive. The entry price to this is above $1,000. You might get it down to, I don't know, $950 or something. I don't know. It's an expensive gun. Where they come up with that cost is still a mystery to me as a reviewer. I think it should be priced, knowing what I know about materials, the gun industry, margins in the gun industry, of which I know a little bit about. I think it should be priced at $750. I think they would sell like crazy, but I also think they're selling like crazy right now at the price that they're selling them for. I'm talking CMMG. It's an excellent weapon. It really is. It's an excellent PCC. What would I change about it? Honestly, if I had the Holosun on this, the way I have it outfitted right now, I don't know if I would change anything on it. Well, you said you wanted a different charging handle. I did, but I'm not running magnified glass on it, so this one works. I can work with a 6-pound mil-spec trigger. I can work with the Shockwave. I can work with it. It's not bad. I don't know if I'd change anything out about it. I would say this, I'm kind of going in that direction where I'm not really motivated to swap out a bunch of items on a gun. Spend a lot of money because I've sold them and I always lose money doing it. And I'm to the point now, it's like, hey man, just run it the way it comes. Again, you can roll your own. A lot of guys do. They can definitely, like I said earlier, beat the cost and get it to, I don't know. I think guys are building this for around $600, a gun just like this, same handguard, barrel. I haven't done one myself because I'm not motivated for the reasons I've already mentioned. Now, going up against competition, and there's some really excellent competition, how does the MkG stack? Well, I'll say it stacks pretty expensive. Now, granted, it's kind of an SBR style weapon. It's kind of pistol. It's got the brace on it. Really short overall length. I like all that. But how does it stack against this gun, by the way? The freaking, I told you I'd show you this, a Kel-Tec Sub 2K. Dude, I can't say anything bad about the Sub 2K. They have fixed all the problems on it. I did an update video on that a couple years back. It works with every magazine I try with it. Look how short that is. Dude, and I've got some components I'm going to throw on here. Some M-Carbo stuff. I just haven't got around to it. It takes time. So we've got a charging handle cover, sling mount, and I have a trigger kit I need to install there too. I think they're all M-Carbo. Worth doing, but I just haven't got around to it. But look at how short that is. Got a receiver tube cover on that. Now, overall length, way shorter than the freaking MkG. It's just not in shootable configuration. I get that. But it's also legal in a lot more places because of that. And then when I do unfold it, the Sub 2000, I have a longer barrel and more velocity. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Great handguard on the Sub 2000. They fixed the front sight on it. Remember when I reviewed that years ago and it was spinning around? I criticized it. They went back to the drawing board and fixed it. And this one has not rotated on me. Decent trigger. Super lightweight. Reliable. Simple. It is blowback. So we got a heavy bolt back here that retards the unlock, just like any blowback system does. But overall, it's super light. It's lighter than this one. Which one would I buy between these two? Whew. It really depends on what I want to do with it. I mean, if I'm going to shoot it recreationally and just use it as a play-around gun, and I can afford it, I'd probably go with the MkG. But if I need to put it in some type of subcompact carry system, WRL system, I'd go with the Kel-Tec. There's my answer. It's cheaper. I mean, it's a lot less expensive. Good luck finding them, though. They sell like crazy. Everyone criticizes all the Kel-Tecs, but they're never in stock. Hey, I hate Kel-Tec. Well, apparently everyone loves it because all the gun stores, including Gunny's Western Wear, is always sold out of these. Other competitive options. The Ruger PC Carbine, the new one. That's a great gun. That's a different animal, though. It's not compact. It's much heavier. It's reliable. It's accurate. I have shot one. It is coming up for review. I really like it. But it ain't this. It ain't SBR type. It ain't submachine gun type. And I'm saying submachine gun type, not in function, but how it looks. And that's where I think a lot of people will gravitate to the MkG. It looks submachine gunny. You get it? It does. It looks like it's a sub gun. And guys just love that. I don't know if it's video games. They just gravitate toward it. Hey, that's only a 9mm. I don't care. I love it. It makes me happy. Hey, if they throw the second cool flag, Double thumbs up to me. I just don't want them to come with a first cool thing saying it's the best battle weapon ever devised. They're going to have an argument for me if they say that. Okay, another one, the Sport Carbine. I can't say anything bad about this gun. If you could take some extra weight, you want a more accurate, harder hitting firearm, the Sport Carbine. Thumbs up for me. ATI, I love that thing. The PSA EPT, that's 6 pounds, 3 ounces. I don't know much about that. A lot of guys love it. How about the SIG MCX? How about I think it's kind of falling off the map? That's what I feel about the SIG MCX. I don't hear anybody talking about it like I did a few years ago. I don't like its forend. I think the MCX's forend is very bulky. Just me, just my mileage.
Here we go.
And then we've got the Evo Scorpion. We do have one in stock as a cast member. I don't have it on the table. I love that gun. I'm a big fan of the Evo Scorpion. It also, like I said in that review, has that sub-gun feel to it that a lot of guys like. I'm on board with that. It's really cool. So that's a great option. Which one would I choose? Well, it has proprietary magazines. It has some issues that you might have to take care of with some aftermarket accessories. I'm talking the Evo Scorpion by CZ. It shot, I think, a little bit more accurately than this, but it was a little bit heavier. Kind of a toss-up, really. I love that this takes Glock mags, though. I love, love, love that, because most guys who own Glocks don't have to go out and spend more money on mags. That's the way it is. So Milsport got it right, ATI, so did CMMG. And then I mentioned briefly the Tresna Jag 9. I hope I'm getting that name right. If not, I think you know what I'm talking about. We tested it years ago. We loved it. It was accurate. It was reliable. That also is a great manufacturer's built PCC. Top notch. A little bit heavier. I talked about the receiver issue I have with that, but it's recommended. PCCs, though, are they my go-to war choice? No. I don't think they ever will be. They won't. But for recreational and certain niche applications, yeah. Yeah, with some reservations. This has been the Nutnfancy Review. Great gun. See ya.